Good evening. In our news bulletin for this evening, Premier Takitahalangi has returned after more than 3 months away on medical leave and is back to work as usual. The Niue Police Outreach Program will focus on community input for road safety campaigns. Training was held for the enumerators who will be involved in the data collection for the population and household census this coming weekend. The Niue Council of Women hosted a program to elevate women's rights as part of International Women's Day. Premier Takitahalangi has returned to work after more than 3 months spent on medical leave overseas. In November last year, he was airlifted for further medical treatment in New Zealand and spent that time recuperating following doctor's orders. He has been on island for more than a week, and we spoke to him earlier this week about his health.
It took them a while to figure out what the problem was. Now they've figured it out, and now I'm under treatment to make sure that it doesn't occur again. So I'm happy to say that thank you to your prayers and words of comfort, and God's willing that I am back on the island, that I am back at work, that I am very happy to be back to be with you all.
While Premier Talangi was overseas, he was surprised with the announcement that the New Zealand government had included him in its New Year's honours list to receive a knighthood.
I'd like to thank you all for your words of congratulations to me on the attainment of the knighthood. I'd like to thank the New Zealand High Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Minister, for I understand they were the people who put my name in for consideration for a knighthood, and therefore I appreciate very much their support for that. I don't work to get accolades of that type. It was never my intention, or I never thought that knighthoods would be given out like that or bestowed like that. But I am humbled and very pleased that the Queen has agreed, and I will be knighted. As you're probably all aware, the Governor-General has also agreed to come up here and perform the investiture ceremony here. It is normally performed at Wellington or Auckland at the government houses there, but this is possibly the first time it's ever been performed outside of that. So you should be proud, as I am proud, of the fact that the Governor-General has agreed to come up here and confer and confirm and perform the investiture for the knighthood that I have attained.
The Governor-General is scheduled to make her first visit to Niue on the 20th of March, and the investiture of Premier Talangi to receive his knighthood will be on the 21st of March, which is only a few weeks away. Premier Takitahalangi still has much to catch up on with Cabinet and heads of department to go over all the developments while he was away. Niue Police is taking a different approach to prevent speeding and drink driving by reaching out to the local community. In the past, police road safety campaigns had been developed by the department, but with this community outreach program, they want to get buy-in from the locals' perspective. Despite attempts by the department to enforce road safety measures, motorists appear to be complacent, therefore putting others at risk, and this is becoming an issue.
Road safety becomes an important part of policing, and we've seen quite a bit of motor vehicle accidents, and also with speeding, and a lot of it has to do with people being careless using their motor vehicles. So there's a mixture of incidents that that we've sort of thought about this project and thought that it was quite important that we put the message out there to make people aware of why it's so important with road safety. So we've got people driving with children standing on car chairs, and we've got people who are speeding, we've got people who are drink driving. So all of those have added to the mixture of why we think people are sort of not taking heed of our message about road safety.
Funds for this campaign will be sourced by the department, with plans to seek sponsorship from on and off-island organisations. Police will be holding interactive, in-depth discussions with village councils and youth about road safety and to create a sense of responsibility.
That's the big message that we're trying to get across here, is that the community can support us by giving us their ideas, and then we put those, we implement those ideas into something physical. So part of the project is we share the message, and then we want the community to tell us what kind of message do they want to portray on physically. So we've come up with an idea where we want to put signs up, village signs, welcome to whichever village. But then on that sign we want to put a little text message on of road safety, and that message is from the community themselves. So rather us putting that message on the sign, we want the people in the community to put their text on that sign.
Communities have been encouraged to work together with police to design slogans in the next 6 months to make local motorists and tourists think twice before speeding or drink driving. The awareness initiative will hopefully promote further traffic awareness within the community and minimize or prevent future accidents. As the island prepares for the national population and household census to be carried out this weekend, enumerators were in training at the Niue Golf and Sports Club yesterday. The one-day session covered the requirements by law, roles and responsibilities of enumerators, who will also be required to sign confidentiality contracts for the protection of information that is gathered specifically for statistical purposes. There are 18 individuals that have been selected to take on board this important task that will give government an indication of what the actual population is to date. Census Week means that enumerators will be out in the community, making arrangements with households to fill in a comprehensive questionnaire. Once that has been completed, forms will be returned to the Statistics Office for data entry, and preliminary data should be available after April. A more in-depth analysis of data provided will be done over the next few months. The population count will be done this coming Saturday up until 12 midnight, and enumerators will make arrangements with heads of households to fill in the questionnaire surveys within a week. Women gathered at Makini Hall yesterday to celebrate International Women's Day. This was a day to show solidarity for the promotion of equality and empowerment of women as they celebrate this International Day. That began in the 1900s as part of a movement to raise the status of women, promote equality and empowerment. This year marks 117 years, and the Niue Council of Women were able to take their own twist and interpretation of what the day and the theme means for them.
From my work with NGOs and what I have seen here on the island, Niue is blessed. The women are quite blessed. I'm not saying we're 100% perfect, but compared to a lot of the Pacific nations, we are one up. And I think we are very fortunate in that aspect. We listened today to SOG, who said that of the 19 positions in government that he is working with, 11 of those are led by women. So that's quite a good and positive reaction for women here.
There are different age groups of women, each with their own interests and levels of understanding, and the Niue Council of Women is looking at ways to help their membership grow and build their capacity to stay up to date with this modern era.
We have some plans in progress. There is continued crafts, cultural crafts, and we enjoy that. As you can see, not many of the young women come to crafts, but we'd like to have more women, younger women. At the moment, for this year, we're expecting to do Big Gluza, which is trying to encourage women to eat properly, healthy living, and so we hope that will be beneficial to us. We also have a lot of other cultural crafts that we plan to do. The other one that we had recently, the women would like to learn, even though we're mature, most of the women are in their 60s, they're quite keen to learn about the new technology of IT. So we hope to have a class for learning how to use our iPads and computers.
The International Women's Day also serves as a reminder for the recognition of the contributions that women make to society. And those are the news stories that we have for you this evening. We do hope that you can join us again for our next news bulletin on Tuesday next week. Do have an enjoyable weekend.